Your Weather Authority forecast from Bruce Katz.
Well, today was a gray, nasty, rainy on and off New Year's Eve. This evening, some moderate to heavy rain. And take a look at some of the low clouds kind of blowing on by some of the buildings downtown, the beautiful shot of the skyscrapers. And, of course, it's going to be a very different New Year's Eve with no fireworks, but of course we will be ushering in 2021 on national TV downtown, but of course even that unfortunately closed to the public. All right, let's show you what's happening tonight. Things have really settled down. We had a threat of severe weather. I expected as we approach the 10 o'clock hour that to diminish, and indeed it has. Now, we have one line, this is the actual front, moving through Baton Rouge, and I'm looking at probably the next hour, maybe 45 minutes. This is going to move through the city, but it's moving pretty quickly, and look how thin the line is. If the rain lasts for 7 or 8 minutes, that'll be pretty much it. After that, things begin to dry out a bit, and we may see a couple of little bitty passing sprinkles just around and beyond midnight, but it should not be an issue at all if you're maybe doing something out front or maybe around with the neighbors and social distancing and just kind of doing the different thing for 2020 as we get into 2021 for the new year. What about rainfall North Shore? Well, you're looking much better too. Now up I-59, we have a couple of showers, but look how fast. I mean, these things are blowing north very quickly. Sun and Bush to Bogalusa to Franklinton and Folsom. Not a lot going on, a little bitty shower moving in, but again, those last a couple of minutes and that's it. Livingston Parish heading down toward Killian and Lake Maurepas, very quick showers passing on. Now, a couple of showers toward Jean Lafitte. Those are going to approach Violet and Poydras into St. Bernard Parish in the next few minutes, but again, not lasting that long. And finally, our last gasp with that front, it's going to move in. You will get a burst of rain, but again, it will not last that long, and certainly that is good news. Houma right now, you're seeing it. Thibodaux, you're seeing it as well. Again, 5-7 minutes. It's past you, and that is done. All right, what about rainfall today? Well, we didn't expect this to be a rainfall and a flood event. We've been saying that, more so the possibility of direct straight line winds or even tornadoes. Even that didn't occur, thank goodness. But we had a couple of areas that had some heavy showers kind of train over the same area. So the lakefront at about 1.5 inches. How about Bogalusa at 1 inch? But most areas coming in with maybe 1/8 to about 1/4 of an inch, and that was pretty much it. Look at the Mississippi Gulf Coast, not much at all. All right, water vapor loop, here's that spin in the atmosphere. It is finally beginning to lift northward, and as it does lift north-northeast, it's beginning to take that severe weather threat with it. In fact, heaviest rainfall from Dallas, heading up toward Memphis, all the activity moving away from us around the area into southwest Louisiana. All day long, we have had tornado watches that were in effect, but now the boxes disappear. That means that all the watches have been dropped, and that is good news as the weather is finally settling down. Look at the snow falling. St. Angelo up toward the Texas-Oklahoma panhandle. Boy, it is a snowy night there. Around here, though, far from cold. It is very mild and actually warm for this time of year. We're in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Patchy fog around, kind of muggy, kind of humid, kind of typical for some New Year's Eves, right? Last year was frigid, if you remember that. Southeast winds at about 6 to 12, up to about 20 at times. So if you are going to be doing some fireworks at midnight, just be cautious. The winds, they're out there, so it may blow those embers in and around the neighborhood. So temperatures and also the rain begin to pretty much fall just a little bit. Rainfall off to the north, behind the front as we go through the wee hours of the morning. Rain ends, and then tomorrow morning, for the first day of 2021, New Year's Day, looking good, partly cloudy. It will be a dry day. We'll see some sunshine mixed in with a few clouds. Temperatures stay mild, and then if you want cooler weather, you know, you like to have a little bit of cool weather, right? We deal with so much heat around here. We're going to finally get a push of some high pressure and cooler conditions just in time for the first weekend of the year. All right, storm environment is really moving north and east. This indicates that as we rise in vertical motion, you get a lot of wind direction for the possibility of tornadoes. Now you can see within the yellow on the lowest end of the spectrum, and even in time, it basically disappears. So all in all, that severe threat is done. Tonight, a passing very quick shower possible, 54 to 58, but the good news and the headlines, severe weather threat is over. For tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds up to 68 degrees. And what about the next 7 days? Really dry Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday morning, a slight chance of rain. Thursday at 40%. But really for the first weekend of 2021, it is looking fantastic. Temperatures by the weekend fall into the upper 50s, and we start getting some 30s back on the North Shore. 40 south. As you can see, temperatures really staying pretty seasonable for this time of year with that cool down coming in for Saturday and Sunday. Before you go, I want to let you know many of you like to go fishing on New Year's Day. Right now, boy, offshore, 6-foot seas and the winds, they're going to be rocking just a little bit, coming down a tad, 10 to 18 tomorrow southwest, 2 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday, northwest to north. And with that little feature moving in Saturday night and Sunday, winds begin to pick up 12 to 20 with seas at about 3 to 4 feet. You can always download the #1 weather app in New Orleans. Google Play or the App Store, the Fox 8 weather app has all the latest information you need in terms of radar and any watches or warnings or anything you need to know. And on top of that, our friends over at Delta World Tire, 500-2888, give it a call. So Liz, fortunately, the rain has really tapered off just in time for the New Year's strike, and with that, we're looking at temperatures, although a little bit warm, at least it's not frigid. Last year was unbelievably cold.
Well, I'm glad you also mentioned, too, the factor of when it's breezy and if you're firing off fireworks and the potential for fires.
Absolutely.
On the wind.
You you have to be smart about it. You know, people are going to do it, but you got to be smart. The winds are blowing, embers blow. I know we've had some rain and rooftops are wet, but still, it could cause some issues.
Okay. Thanks, Bruce.
All right.